On today's episode of the DeRaud-Messinger Show, we're previewing and predicting Texas versus Kansas State. Longhorns fans, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. So to begin, as always, I have some game info for you guys. The game will be on Saturday at 11 a.m. at Bill Snyder Family Stadium in Manhattan, Kansas. The game will be televised on Fox, so that might be as close as we get to Urban Meyer this weekend. And the Longhorns are favored by 10 points.
Yeah, and just to stick to the Kansas State scouting report, they started off the year strong, obviously, with that win against Oklahoma. They were looking good, but, after Skylar Thompson went out during the Texas Tech game with an upper body injury, Will Howard has come in and played poorly. They have not had the production they needed to really win these past two games. I know they had a rough loss against Baylor the other week and got shut out by Iowa State the prior week. But, the positives for them, their running back, Deuce Vaughn, leads the team in receiving yards and rushing yards. So he's a hard one to play against. And on the other side of the ball, defensive back Jerron McPherson leads the team with 51 tackles and 2 interceptions, Devon.
Yeah, you mentioned Deuce Vaughn. It's impressive because he's a freshman from Round Rock, Texas. So Longhorns, essentially passed up on him there. But he's been leading, as you said, in receiving yards and rushing yards. How often do you see that from a freshman? Will Howard definitely needs to step up if Kansas State wants a shot in this one. But then on the defensive side of the ball, Wyatt Hubert, a defensive end for K-State, has 7.5 sacks so far this year. And then at defensive tackle, Drew Wiley, 4.5 sacks. They might feast against that offensive line, especially after Cosme opted out, but we'll see. Who are your XFactors in this one?
Well, my XFactors for Texas is obviously the season. They're no longer in contention for the Big 12 title game. So now's the time to really let your young players show what they got going into the next season. Don't really know who's that's going to be at the moment. I know Bijan Robinson, the running back for Texas, has been playing well. I'll be looking to see if he keeps that momentum going into this game and plays well. And then with Kansas State, obviously, Will Howard at QB, he needs to play way better if Kansas State, wants to actually win a game.
A lot better, yeah. And I agree with you. My X factor for this game is the new faces for Longhorns. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, Cosme opted out along with Caden Stearns, and then Derek Kerstetter might be injured for this one. Currently, he's in a walking boot. So for this game, I want to see who steps up, who are the young guys for Longhorns that make a case early right now for next year's season to be legitimate playmakers. We'll see. Now, what's your danger level?
Well, my danger level for this game is it's a 1. I think Texas is going to win this game. They might be off to a rush start, especially if they're playing younger guys. But I think, Tom Herman's going to pull out the old playbook. They're going to run some trick plays, just try to probably have fun out there, if I would had to guess, Devon.
Yeah, I think for the Longhorns, this is a run and gun type of game. But I'm going to give it a 4 on the danger level, just when you factor in the opt-outs, and there's going to be some inconsistencies there. But I think the Longhorns are going to want this one more. And as you mentioned earlier in the video, K-State has lost 4 games in a row, which isn't a pretty sight when you're facing a team like the Texas Longhorns. So what is your prediction?
My prediction is a 31-14 Texas win. I think they're going to, get the lead early and maintain that through the rest of the game.
I have 31-17 Texas. This, for the Longhorns, is a game where you just want to come in and prove everyone that's been talking trash to you for this past week wrong. And I think the Longhorns will do that. Sam Ehlinger, who knows if this will end up being his last year, with the exception that the NCAA passed earlier. But I think this will be a fun one to watch for Longhorns fans. And at the very minimum, we're just happy to have football. So what do you guys think? What is your game prediction? Let us know down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.